Islam presents a balanced and compassionate view of poverty. The teachings of Prophet Muhammad offer deep wisdom, hope, and guidance for those facing financial hardship. The Prophet did not consider poverty a disgrace. Rather, he taught that patience, reliance on Allah, and noble character in difficult times elevate a believer's status. The Quran and Sunnah emphasize that wealth and poverty are part of Allah's divine plan. Allah tests people in different ways, some through wealth, some through poverty, and some through both. The Prophet said, "How amazing is the affair of the believer. Every situation he faces is good for him. If he experiences ease, he is grateful. If he experiences hardship, he is patient." This hadith shows that poverty is not a punishment, but a test in which patience becomes a means of reward. The Prophet himself experienced poverty. His home often had no food for days, yet he remained thankful and content. Aisha Ra said, "Months would pass in the house of the Messenger of Allah, and no fire would be lit for cooking." This teaches Muslims that poverty does not reduce a person's honor in the eyes of Allah. In another narration, the Prophet sighed, "Poverty may bring a believer closer to paradise than wealth does, if he remains patient and grateful." This highlights that struggle can actually lift a person spiritually. Poverty becomes a blessing when it draws the heart away from pride and closer to the Creator. At the same time, the Prophet taught that a Muslim should not lose hope. He encouraged people to work, earn through halal means, and strive to improve their condition. He said, "The upper hand, the giving hand, is better than the lower hand, the one that asks." This does not shame the poor, but motivates them to seek independence with dignity. He also emphasized the importance of charity. Islam protects the poor by making zakat obligatory and sadaqah highly rewarded. The Prophet said, "Feed the hungry, visit the sick, and free the captives." These teachings show that caring for the poor is not optional. It is a core part of being a Muslim community. Prophet Muhammad also warned the rich against arrogance. He taught that wealth is temporary and that the poor may enter paradise 500 years before the wealthy, because they have fewer accounts to answer for on the day of judgment. Most importantly, the Prophet gave hope. Whoever relies on Allah, He is sufficient for him. Poverty may challenge a person's heart, but trust in Allah guarantees spiritual strength and eventual relief. He taught that after every hardship comes ease, and that Allah never burdens a soul beyond its capacity. In summary, Islam does not view poverty as humiliation. Through the teachings of the Prophet, a poor believer receives honor, reward, patience, and closeness to Allah. True richness, as the Prophet said, is not wealth but richness of the heart.